There's nothing scripted in me. Now, coming to what academia offers and what the GCCs need, I think there also we've come a long way. You cannot wait for, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. Because while you plan for it for tomorrow, someone else might have taken away your client. GCCs today are capable of doing high-end work. GCCs today are capable of developing IPs. GCCs today are capable of strategizing.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another interesting episode of GCC Pulse CentreStage, a podcast that delves into the mind space of leaders who are transforming the GCC landscape. Our guest today is one such leader, Mohua Sengupta, Senior Vice President and Country Head of the Standard India. If I have to summarize the conversation that I had today in just one word, I would say spontaneous. That's how Mohua is, and that's how her leadership style is. I also loved how she has translated her passion for theatre as well as her role of a mother into her leadership style. I thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. I hope you do too. Hey Mohua, welcome to GCC Pulse Center Stage. Congratulations on your new role, and I'm super excited to be speaking to you today.
Thank you. Thank you. Looking forward.
So, Mohua, you spent your career with many financial institutions and organizations playing different roles, right? Being from the outsourcing industries, consulting, and now you also spent as a part of the GCC with many of the financial services. Over the past couple of years, we've been noticing the financial industry slowly shifting towards GCC. There's been a surge of many companies actually scaling their operations here. What do you think is driving it?
So, see, financial services industry has always taken a first step when it came to GCCs. One of the earliest GCCs has been JP Morgan Chase. Then we have seen Wells Fargo, UBS, a lot of them. So it is not new that the financial services industry has come, but now it has really become, everybody is trying to do one. The reason behind that is what started as cost arbitrage 30 years back has now become talent arbitrage, or you can even call it innovation arbitrage, because while cost is by default, it is there. By all means, talent costs much less in India, but that is no longer the driver. Today, organizations need to go digital. It is no longer an option. There are many industries which have many companies and many industries. Why do so many pharma companies are starting? Why are they starting their GCCs? Their margins are like really high because everybody else is doing. Ultimately, you're competing with your competition. So I think that's the primary driver. The other thing is the touch point with customers is very high. When your touch point is high, you really need to be upping your game with respect to technology, with respect to user experience. So you cannot wait for, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. Because while you plan for it for tomorrow, someone else might have taken away your client.
And I think you spoke about not just financial services, but you also touched upon how life sciences companies now are coming in and retail is also coming in, right? And that probably is a result of having been part of the NASSCOM GCC Council as well, where in addition to having the front-end experience or the first-hand experience of being part of financial services, you've also been exposed to how the other industries are coming in and what is their driving force. So when you are talking to some of these other GCCs coming in and as a part of your NASSCOM role as well, what are the key structural shifts that you're observing across GCC? And if I could ask, in your opinion, what are the 2 or 3 top challenges that the GCCs today are facing?
So first of all, there is competition. There's competition with respect to talent. There is competition with respect to location. These are which city to go to. And if you assuming you come to Bangalore, where in Bangalore should you be? What kind of skill sets you need? All of that depends. That decides which location you would be in. So location, talent, university support, those are some of the basic things that companies, all GCCs would need. Now, besides that, GCCs today are capable of doing high-end work. GCCs today are capable of developing IPs. GCCs today are capable of strategizing. At the same time, our regulation, while it has moved quite a bit, I think we still have a long way to go. Because today, if we develop an IP here, there is a tax element that comes with it. There's a transfer pricing gap that is there.
So you spoke about the talent arbitrage, which continues to be one of the primary levers as to why GCCs are coming to India, right? And you also spoke about how there is competition between the GCCs. Now, if you were to prioritize as you're setting up your own team in the standard, what are the more critical skills and mindsets that the next generation must develop to be able to thrive in a GCC? What do you think are those skills which are needed, Mohua?
So, see, this is not just for GCCs. I think while we used to hire for skills, today we no longer should hire for skills, because skills will change every day, especially the functional or the technical skills are changing every day. So today you may hire for blockchain, and tomorrow nobody is using blockchain. Maybe it will be something else. Today we are hiring for AI. Tomorrow maybe it will be something else. So hiring for skills itself, I think, has become a thing of the past. We should more, mindset is exactly what is more important, and also learnability. I think learnability, which is also a mindset. So I think today, because mindset is more important than skills, I think the psychometry test, which used to be a very fancy thing before in hiring, I think that is becoming more and more imperative, that we should know, one, their people's ability to work together, because you can no longer, that has always been the case, but I think in the new age, it is becoming even more important to work as a team. You can no longer win alone. So ability to work in a team, ability to change and relearn, ability to learn completely new things, ability to problem solve. Many a times today, whatever skills you bring, it's probably a problem statement that you'll get, and you have to figure out how you're going to solve it.
So true. And AI is anyway generating most of the code today. So you don't need those
Exactly.
technical architects to be there.
Exactly.
All you need is people who are more adaptable and are, intuitive and ability to change as things go, right?
Absolutely.
Now, beyond your career, corporate journey, Mohua, you are also a co-founder of Ventures, a platform for theater enthusiasts as well as theatrical behavioral interventions, right? How is something like a Ventures uh, getting applied in an industry such as ours, and especially in your GCCs? How are you using them for team coaching, for leadership development?
Okay. So first of all, yes, I co-founded Ventures, one of my passion projects, but the theater-based behavioral learning is entirely driven by my husband. Well, how I use theater is that I always say, and I have also written on this, that theater has actually made me, given me a better learning ground for GCCs rather than any other training that I have had. There is no power. So when we are sitting in our chairs, you or me or anybody, the chair brings a power. In theater space, there is no power. You are basically, all you work with is your influence. And in GCC, as we know, that there are thousands of people, but hardly 5 reports into you. It is all by influence that you create and run a good GCC. So I myself, I have been hugely benefited by that. And I keep telling my team the same thing, that what schools train you, the reality of life, it's basically a role play. How successfully you're playing a role, if you can think about it that way, that's where you see, that's where you get the training that you get from theater.
So Mohua, in addition to your involvement in theater as well as being a career woman, you've also been heavily involved with academia in the past at different stages in your career, right? How has that helped you translate into the goals that you set for yourself within the GCC? But more importantly, what are the gaps that you see today, which is there in what the academia provides us as talent readily, or what is available in the industry versus what we are requiring on the ground for the teams that you are setting up or for the industry as such?
Yes, I have been a part of the course, the curriculum of the first digital transformation MBA that NMIMS had come up with. And I was closely connected with them for the first couple of years to make sure that we learn and we improve the curriculum. That, I would say, was my most involved span I have been to multiple engineering colleges and business schools where I get any opportunity to talk to the students, meet the students, give a guest lecture. I never give it up. Now, coming to what academia offers and what the GCCs need, I think there also we've come a long way. Our academia also have improved substantially. Most of the IT services companies, as a result, had large learning and development centers, right, where students will be taken in bunches, groups, and they would be trained for them to be able to be market ready. Besides more close mentoring, which many of us do, and we can possibly do more, but making it some kind of a, say, a requirement for the leaders that, okay, can you mentor 2 students? It's not a strict KPI, but if we can do something like that, I think we can, it will take us a long way. Because yes, the academia industry gap has bridged quite a bit, but still the gap is there and quite a lot. So
Absolutely. And as long as the leaders understand that it's not a CSR initiative, but it's a business need, right? Because
yes,
tomorrow they are going to be your employees of future, as you beautifully pointed out,
exactly.
right? We spoke about Gen Zs, and today's generation doesn't like long drawn questions or answers. So we'll probably move over to something a little bit more fun, which is the rapid fire, Mohua. So, based on how you've spoken just now in the podcast, as well as my other conversations with you, I know your talking style is definitely spontaneous and not scripted. But how's your leadership style? Is it more spontaneous or is it scripted?
There's nothing scripted in me. Everything is spontaneous. I'm 100% spontaneous person, and I think that works for me.
And a role that has shaped you the most, and it could be in life, it could be in your career. What do you think that one role that has shaped you the most?
That of a mother,
Ah,
the role I value the most, and which has trained me the most. And I can deal with everything, but I think dealing with if I have a successful dealing with my 19-year-old, I know that I've done it.
book, podcast, or your own theaters, what is your preferred way to unwind?
Theater rehearsals. It just if you have to talk about these three, within
Hmm.
these three, yes, absolutely, theater rehearsals. It just, after a tough day, if I walk into that rehearsal room, and I'm not the best at all, I have to be trained everywhere, every line, but still, I think you can just unwind and you become someone else, and you're just one of the 10 actors on the stage, and it really unwinds. Doesn't matter what time of the evening.
One habit that you've never compromised on.
Speaking my mind. I
Very
can be
clearly
tough.
evident.
Yes, not always easy to manage, but can't change it.
Quotas or capability, what do you think truly drives diversity?
Capability. Quotas, absolutely not. And the reason I say is, I'm sure you have faced the same thing. I cannot tell you how many boardrooms I walked in and people looking at me like, oh, you're the diversity candidate. Even if you're capable, if there is a quota, you have to doubly prove yourself. So absolutely capability.
Wonderful. And if you had to redefine success in one line, how would you do that today, Mohua, after all these years' experience that you've built in?
Happiness and no regrets. See, success and failure will come. I mean, in 30 years, I have had my ups and downs. We all have had, right? But at the end of the day, if you are happy where you are, and if you don't have regrets that, that didn't go well, I think that's all I think that's all makes me feel that.
Wonderful. And with that, I do really hope that you find happiness in your new role in Standard and the way you're
Thank
taking
you.
it forward and in everything else that you do. It was
Thank you.
fabulous speaking to you, Mohua. Totally
Same here.
unscripted and spontaneous. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.